I'm the Hooded Lid and welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about hooded lids. From time to time I want to do tutorials that really target these areas, especially my kind of hooded lid, because that's the one I can demonstrate to you, and that is a hood that is more hooded at the outer third, outer quarter. If you've seen some of my other videos, you know I kind of like a more ethereal look that kind of fades away and isn't very specific. This look is more specific, more appropriate for going out at night, for instance. Maybe not something you do during the day, but you know, we shouldn't be limited if we're going out at night to one look, an ethereal look or beige look or whatever it is that you find is working for you now. Or even worse, because you haven't found something that works for you, you're just putting on some mascara and liner and calling it a day. When you really can, take some time, learn your eyes, sit down and play until you find something that works for you. Now this is one technique that works for me. I want to share it with you. If you want to play along, get yourself a paper towel and a palette. This is what I'm using today, and this is kind of a winged, elongated cat eye look, but it's working against the downness of the hood and trying to lift everything up. It's not a hard look to do, but it does take some time and some patience. So if you've got 20 minutes to spend on your eyes, you can get this look. And let's get into it. I'm going to use the NARS Resist, and I'm going to start with the darkest first, because the whole idea behind this is doing this kind of wing with an eyeshadow. I have darkness right here, I have darkness right here, I have skin damage right here, I have a fatty pad right here onto which nothing really sticks. So, you know, this is my disclaimer if you haven't seen me before. My eyes are super far from perfect. The idea for me is always that when my eyes are open, they look somewhat even. When they're closed, they may not. But there's just so many issues going on, especially with this eye. And it is what it is. This is the eyes that I have, and you can either let them defeat you or you can move forward and have some fun. This color right here, I'm going to start with my more challenging eye. I think that's always kind of the best way to go, but there's nothing more frustrating than, oh, this eye's great, and now there's no way I can match this one. I'd rather get the hard one done and then go back. And I'm going to take just a paper towel and line it up. So it'd be lining up from the edge of the eye to the edge of the eyebrow, if it's, you know, fairly within range. Of course, let's see if I have a big. The idea is edge of the nose, edge of the eye, edge of the eyebrow. If your eyebrows are a lot shorter, you know, draw them in a little bit and do the line, but generally this is the idea. And I'm fighting the hood that's going down, right? So I don't want to go past that line. And I'm making the line with this. One mistake with when you're hooded, especially at the end, is to kind of do this with your eye open, because when you lower it, everything will be much, much lower and it'll end up pulling your eye down. So relax the eye, put it in place, boom. Now this is going to be hard for me because my mirror is down here and this requires two hands. So I'm going to do it with the mirror over here, which means I'm not going to be able to see very much. And I'm just going along the edge of the towel. And then I'll bring it in a little bit. Boom. Now, eyes are relaxed, right? And it's not pulling anything down. Of course, I do have shadow here, yay, but the eyeshadow is pulling everything up. Now I'm going to do the other side. In this case, but I'm doing the same thing. Relax the eye completely, line it up with the lower lid and the brow. And it's so against our instinct to relax everything while we're applying makeup. So if you find yourself being tense and lifting up that eyebrow, just stop, take a breath, focus on what you're feeling, if your muscles are engaged, and then open the eye again. And bring it a little bit in. This is kind of the hardest part, honestly. Once this is done, you're good. Looks really different on this eye than that eye. Yeah. So I'm going to redo this eye because this is the easy eye. It's the good. All right, now they are a little bit more even. Believe me, there will be work just doing the detail on this, but for the moment, I'm just going to take more of that color and work into the crease a little bit. Same brush. This is a Wayne Goss brush. And I'm just going to take my time and gently work in circular motions. And here my lid is lifted. Lower it and make sure there's some color on the hood. Now I'm going to try to do the same thing on the bad lid. Okay. And also, worth noting, the eyes are not exactly the same. Like if I try to map out the same thing on this eye, the color ends up being much higher, and my brow starts at a slightly different, slightly lower. Like this brow starts a little higher. I always look kind of surprised, like, And then open and make sure that you can see it. Okay. They look pretty even to me when my eyes are open and I'm looking at somebody. If I did this, I probably would look stone cold crazy. Let me check. Yeah, pretty much. See how there's nothing going on here? Again, this is right where that fat pad is. So I think what I'm going to do is take a flatter brush and just kind of pack that in there so it doesn't look quite as nuts. But again, this is a little fat pad where nothing really stays. One of your most important tools is emoji. Emojis are fantastic. They're very small Q-tips. So they get into tighter spaces, but they don't fall apart like when you use a Q-tip and the cotton starts to come off and it gets attached to your eyelashes. It's no fun. This appears to be starting from a slightly lower place than this does when my eyes are relaxed. I'm just going to close my eyes, relax everything, and then open. Mark where I think it's too low. And I'm taking the tissue again. All right, now I feel that they look pretty even when the eyes open. And not horrible when the eye is open like this. And as always, I look at where the highest point, the center of my eye is, and then go out this way to follow it out. And that's about where the end is. On both eyes. No one said it was an easy thing, but this is a fun thing. You want to go out at night, you want to have kind of a cat eye look, but you can't really do liner because you're hooded at the end. It is what it is. I'm going to take, this is a flat synthetic, and I'm going to do some lining here. I'm going in lightly and in a very targeted area to about the outside of the iris. Because I have darkness under my eyes and puffiness, I don't like to do shadow or liner under my eyes because it can make things look worse. But for this, I think it's needed. Okay, for my lids, if I want to do something shimmery, the only place I can really do it is right here. It's the only way anyone will see it on me when my eyes are open. I think for my skin tone, I would go for this more champagne-y color. I think that's pretty. I think that's pretty. Oops, I think that's pretty. I'm going to go in with this one, which is very similar to the color that we're working with on the outer edge. Again, because I'm hooded, no one's really going to see this when my eyes are open and I'm talking to them, but I'm having a little fun. I'm kind of wrapping that around the eyeball. All right, I think the shape is pretty much there, and now it's about just finessing. This is an important part of the deal. If you're doing a look that's outside your comfort zone and a little more special, it not only takes some time to just lay it and map it down, but then you need to spend a little time just blending, blending, blending to make sure there are no harsh edges. One of my favorite tricks, taking some translucent powder, dipping my small brush into it, and just spending some time with it, spending some loving time with it. Always be sure to check the forest from the trees, you know what I mean? So I'm looking in this magnifying mirror, then I have another mirror right here that is not, and it's a little further away so I can get my whole face view. Now, this lid to me looks like it's drooping more, like this. I need this pink color a little higher on my hood. So I'm going to go back in with the flatter wing gauze, but I'm considering doing this one because I need something very precise. You know what? I am going to do this one. Make sure it's clean. And I'm mapping it out, like right here is where I want it. So I'm going to go back to a little bit of the powder and just blending everything up. Going back to this because now this does look quite detailed and I want this eye to match it a little bit. So I'm just, again, back and forth ever so lightly. It's so much easier to build than to take away. And in the other mirror, okay, remember my brows aren't done, which I think I'm going to do my brows now so I can really make sure I'm mapping everything out correctly. So I'm just trying to figure out what needs to be done, and I think I just need to diffuse this a little bit. Now there's nothing mid-tone in here that I want to put on the brow. If I put this on, it's going to make the hood look enormous. If I put this on, it's just going to be too much of a smoky eye. So what I'm going to do is mix them. That's what you do. I'm taking this flat Gwen Goss again, that light brown, and dip it in that cream-ish color. And again, I'm going in with a light hand because I'm not sure what the outcome will be. That just helps so much. I don't know if you can tell, but to me, that the heaviness of the hood is no longer apparent. It's receded just a little bit because I took the edge off of the lightness. You could powder right here if you want to. Diffuse this area if you want to. I have, you know, crepey skin and lines, so I want to be super careful what I'm putting in this area. I don't want it to catch in those lines that just call attention to itself. Okay, I think it's pretty good. Now we're going to do some mascara and some liner to take this to full glam for hooded eye. I love this Blitz Brown from Pat McGrath, and I use it for my waterline. It's quite soft though. I feel like I'm sharpening it all the time. You don't want to get that wood scratching. I actually am not wearing under eye concealer today. I totally forgot. That's just my foundation. Well, too late now. Or is it? No, I'm going to do some concealer. Even though so that's it. I think you could actually take this look out during the day if you are bold. And for me, I don't know, it's a little outside my comfort zone, but absolutely this is a look that can go out at night. And as you can see, being hooded doesn't have to limit you. You just have to mess around, try some different techniques, and play. I think play is the mother of invention when it comes to learning how to deal with problem issues, or, you know, I don't even want to say problem issues, challenges when it comes to learning how to work with your hooded eyes. I hope you like this look. I really do. I think it is fun. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you learned something, and I hope you come back again. And we'll be doing some more on the hooded eyes. Until then, I'm wishing you a great day.